more about, well, we haven't even touched on it yet, but vegetarianism and veganism and how that is sort of, in my opinion, being used alongside with this, modern day medicine to, you know, it's like a Trojan horse. It's posing to be something good because there's this misconception with animal fats and cholesterol and just meat in general. So maybe you can go into a little bit about, I'm not sure if you know the origins of vegetarianism and veganism and how they both tie together into this agenda that you're so, brilliantly explaining.
Remember, I've mentioned that if you want to see the truth, take every mainstream concept and turn it upside down. Then you will see the truth. The propaganda for vegetarianism and veganism comes from those global corporations with fingers in every pie. They have put it into the Western governments. First of all, they own and control agricultural policies all over the world. They put their own people into Western governments, and they write and dictate agricultural policies. And the fact is that for those global corporations, for the big agricultural industry, it is profitable and easy to grow plants. Lots of plants. They've got the chemicals, they've got the machinery, they've got the technologies, they know how to do that. But producing meat, milk, and eggs is expensive and unprofitable for them. And they now heavily invested into synthetic milk, synthetic meat, and synthetic eggs. So they want to get rid of these foods. They want to make them immensely expensive and unavailable. They are destroying animal husbandry. The process has begun. Watch out. Animal husbandry is being eliminated because you will have synthetic meat, synthetic eggs, and synthetic milk in the supermarkets very soon. They're already coming in, these sort of things. So within that agenda, they have launched the propaganda for vegetarianism and veganism all over the world. And its propaganda has written by armies of very clever, unethical psychologists who are trained in mind manipulation and mind control. They press on emotions, and they press on ignorance, and they spread lies and misinformation. And of course, the most vulnerable populations to this propaganda are young people, young impressionable girls in particular. Years ago, when this propaganda began, I started getting all these anorexic girls in my clinic and young people with OCD, schizophrenia, psychotic attacks, and autoimmune illnesses. And as I talked to my patients, I've discovered quite quickly that they all became ill when they became vegetarians because of vegetarianism. Before they became vegan or vegetarian, they were perfectly healthy kids. And then it's veganism and vegetarianism that made them sick, destroyed their bodies, destroyed their lives. So that made me extremely interested in the whole subject. I started looking into the whole thing. And the first thing I've discovered that there is not one scientific study on vegetarianism or veganism that we can trust. They have all been done by the globalists, funded by these globalists. They've been incorrectly designed. The data has been incorrectly analyzed. The conclusions are all it's complete manipulation. The most fraudulent study is the China study. And that's what all our mainstream is dangling in front of everybody, the China study, as the proof that we should all be vegans.
And could you go into the China study a little bit?
There are books written about it, dissecting the whole thing, books that thick, by good people, good scientists, dissecting the whole thing. It is a complete lie and fraud and manipulation and must not be trusted. When I realized this, I looked at the basic sciences of biology, zoology, physiology, and I looked at clinical experience, my own and experience of other holistic doctors all over the world. And based on all that information, the true scientific information and true observation, I have written a book called Vegetarianism Explained. And this is it. Please read that book if you want to understand what's going on before commencing on a plant-based diet, or give this book to somebody who is planning to do that. And the basic fact is that the only foods that truly feed and build the human body, which sustain the physical structure you live in, your heavy bones, your heavy muscles, your big brain, your big lungs, your liver, your heart, and all the other organs, your physical structure of the human body. The only foods that build it create it in the first place, and then maintain it, support it, and heal it if there is any damage, are meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. Plants do not feed the human body, do not support the human body. In fact, they are indigestible. In order to digest plant matter, Mother Nature created herbivorous animals. And in order for these animals to be able to digest all that grass, it gave them a very special digestive system called a rumen. A cow has enormous 3 stomachs full of microbes, because the basic biochemical concept that we know from 1930s, that the only things capable of digesting plant matter, plants, are microbes. Nothing else on our beautiful planet can digest plants apart from microbes. Mother Nature used that scientific fact in creating the stomachs of the cow, or deer, or giraffe, or goat, or antelope, or another herbivorous animal. The cow doesn't digest the grass herself. It's that huge microbial community in her 3 enormous stomachs that does the work for her. And then all that digested grass is passed into intestines where the absorption of food happens. We human beings don't have a rumen. We have a tiny stomach compared to the cow, and it's almost microbe-free because it produces hydrochloric acid. The acidity goes below 1 pH when we are hungry. Hugely hostile environment for any kind of microbe to survive in that environment. Remember, only microbes can digest plants, nothing else. Plants are indigestible for the human stomach. But all that hydrochloric acid, pepsin, and other elements of the stomach juice, human stomach juice, are perfectly designed to digest meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. Perfectly. And it's these foods that are properly digested in your stomach, and then they pass into several meters of intestines where absorption of food happens. So whatever got digested properly in the stomach then gets absorbed to feed you, to nourish you, to maintain your physical structure, because you know that your body constantly renews itself. Every cell in your body has a short life. It dies, it gets old, worn out, dies, and a new baby cell is born to replace that dead cell. So your body is constantly producing trillions of new baby cells. In order to give birth to all those baby cells, building materials are required. And these building materials can only come from meat, fish, eggs, and dairy, from animal products. When we take water out of a human body, the human body is largely water. Different researchers give us different numbers. Some say 70%, some say 90%. Apparently, a newborn baby has 99% of its body water. So when we take water out of the human body, what's left is 50-50 protein and fat. That's what you're made of. When we analyze human protein in a laboratory, we find that in its biochemical composition, it's almost identical for proteins from meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. The same with fats. Human fat is almost identical in its structure to fats we get from animal products. Plants contain lots of proteins, lots of fats, but all of them are, first of all, indigestible. Secondly, are inappropriate for building our protein and our fat in our human body. On top of that, now there is an emerging research, a growing research showing that plants are actually poisonous for human beings. They contain a lot of substances which are called anti-nutrients. Lectins, phytates, salicylates, phenols, all sorts of other substances that are being researched. And plant proteins, the most researched protein is gluten. Majority of people in the Western world have heard that word now because they're allergic. And the more we're researching gluten, the more we're realizing nobody can digest it. Even people who, on the face of it, seem to eat bread and pasta without problems are being damaged by gluten. Everybody's being damaged by gluten. And that's just one protein that we've researched. There are lots of other proteins in plants which are downright damaging, and they're indigestible. Our human stomach is unable to break them down properly. The vast microbial community, the vast majority of microbial community that lives in our human digestive system lives in the bowel, at the end of our digestive system, in the large intestine. That's the equivalent of the rumen of the cow. That's where plant matter lands eventually, and it goes through the stomach, through the intestines, not being digested much, just contributing a few juices, some vitamins, some minerals, some phytonutrients, but then the bulk of it lands in the bowel, and that's where the microbes can digest it a little bit and extract something useful from it. But the difference between us and the cow is that in cow, her rumen is at the beginning of her digestive system. She digests all that plant matter there first properly, and then it goes into intestines where absorption of food happens. In us human beings, it's at the end of our digestive system. Too late. All the absorption has already happened higher up. Too late. That is why plants do not feed the human body, do not build the human body, do not heal the human body, do not rejuvenate the human body.